home office and we are looking for carrots. Carrot story. Carrots and parsnips. No, I'm not going to put parsnips in yet because I'm going to do those at the allotment. Carrots I'm going to do in the home garden. Let's see what we've got. Oh, I've got other things as well, haven't I? Because I've got that. Oh, that's parsnip. Parsnip. That one. I've got scorzonera. Asparagus flavoured parsnip light root veg. Sow thinly April to May. Director. Okay. And salsify. March to April. Well, maybe I should do that one now. Oyster mushroom flavoured parsnip like veg. No, I can't think about those at the minute. Let's concentrate on carrots. Okay. What have we got? Ooh. We have Eskimo. Sow seeds May to October. So not yet. Early Nantes. Oh, just come back from Nantes. Early Nantes. Why have I got two early Nantes? Oh, one's organic and one's not. Both have got 100 seeds in. Okay, two Nantes there. Juan Obtus de Doubs. It's a yellow carrot, Dory. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flick that in your face. An old French variety. From spring to midsummer. Let's leave that one then because that can be a bit later. Carrot Autumn King. Well, that doesn't sound like it should be yet. Direct sowing late spring. Nope. What did that say? Or earlier if undercover. Okay. Paris Market. Sowed Paris Market last year. They're so cute. Let's do those again. So March to July. Okay. Carrot Red Samurai. I am loving red carrots at the moment. I can get them from the company shop and they're fantastic. These are a Japanese red skin carrot with bright red skin and a pinky inner flesh. Can be sown from March to July. Okay. Dragon Purple Carrot. Spring to midsummer. Shall we wait for that one? What else have we got? Let's put that in the maybe pile. Chantenay. I sowed these last year. I mean, I didn't do brilliant with my carrots last year, but that's why we're going to try again. I did it again, Dory. Sorry. I don't know why I just keep wanting to put these packets in your face. Oh, don't climb on me. What are we doing? March to June. Okay. And Touchon. Jess at plot 37. She was saying just this week that Touchon is her go-to, although she wasn't doing it this year. Maybe I am. I did do some last year of this one. I think this one grew okay last year for me. Spring to midsummer. Oh, a lot of these are spring to midsummer. Okay, so what we're going to do then, Dory? How many varieties of carrot? You know what I'm tempted to do? Just like mix a load of seed together and like it's a lucky dip carrot bed. Is that stupid? I don't know. I'm going to turn the video off while I sit here for potentially quite some time and just wonder about which of these I'm going to sow right now. Okay, please forgive my messy kitchen. I'm making pizzas. Okay, I've decided to do my mad idea of just sticking a load of this seed into a bowl and doing a lucky dip. Don't know if you don't try, do you? Now, carrots. Come on. There you go. Now, you're supposed to sow carrots fairly thinly, aren't you? So I probably shouldn't put too much in here. So that's the yellow carrot. That's the Touchon. This is the Dragon Purple. I suppose where this might go wrong is if some take longer to mature than others. Oh. These early Nantes ones, for instance. Oh well, we shall see. Oh gosh, these are fiddly packets. Ah. These are the non-organic. Okay, there's the organic. The Paris market, so that'll be the one where you pull it up and you're like, oh, where's the rest of my carrot? Because they're small. And then this was the one where you'll be like, wow, I got a red carrot. The real seed packet tells me that orange carrots are a relatively new invention. That, where is it? Yeah, white, yellow and purple. I haven't got any white ones. Are the original colours of carrot. This one says, some people have written to say that they think these are less affected by carrot fly than the orange ones. That's the yellow. Oh, again, this just seed company. Just not a lot of seed. Okay, I'll save some. So the only ones I haven't brought down are the two autumn varieties, the Eskimo and the, was it Autumn King? So I'll save those ones for later in the year. Okay, this one is the Chantenay. And finally, oh, finally, I've got coriander. So my idea is to sow some coriander around the edges of the bed to, again, deter the carrot fly. So there's already garlic and onions. I'm just going to stick some corianders in as well. Were they okay for this time? It's so outdoors, April to May. Awesome. Now, there's my thing of seed, which doesn't look an awful lot now. But the carrot seed is very small, very fine. So I'm going to mix it with some sandy sowing compost and then sprinkle it. And I'm not doing it in rows because I've got those square beds. So I want to scatter sow into the square bed and then I'll thin when they come up if they get a bit clumpy. But otherwise, I mean, I'm sure I read or heard somewhere that scatter sowing is a better way to do carrots. Can't say it worked out for me enormously well last year, but try again. Okay, let's do this. So it turns out the soil is quite fibrous and there's some stones in there as well, which I'm thinking I topped up the bed by, well, I mulched it by putting the like a bucket that had something else in, and I think it had stones in the bottom. Not ideal. So I'm just going to put a layer of very fine this is vegetable compost onto the bed and then sow into that, I think. So it's hard to say how much of that was a good idea, to be honest. But I've done it now. We'll see what comes up, Dory. Let me show you. So there we go. Ooh, there's the bed. It's got onions and garlics and radishes around. I've sown some coriander, and then the carrots are scatter sown in the middle, and I've just covered with some of that vegetable compost, just a light. But it's ever so fine, this vegetable compost. This is it Westland one. So hopefully the carrots will like that. Do you like it, Dory? I'm tempted to do an ordinary row of one variety of carrots, just in case this was complete madness. Part of the problem was a lot of wood chip was just here where the clematis is, because clematis roots like to be in the shade, and this is quite a sunny bed, an open bed. But this clematis is actually doing really well. It's come right back. It started curling round the arch. I cut it down to about, it would have been there, I guess, in February, and that's the new growth. And I've got one on this side as well, but it hasn't quite reached the pole yet. This bed is also destined for carrots, but I'm going to do this one a little bit later so I get a succession sowing. And I'd put the fleecy stuff down on the beds to warm them up a little bit. But yeah, there we go. The garden is actually starting to fill out then with the broad beans in. I mean, these cabbages have bolted like absolute crazy. I've told my mum to come down while I'm away and help herself to cabbage. But yeah, looking good. Oh, I just thought I should really cover those carrots, though we're still having pretty cold nights, so I'll find some fleece and cover those before I pack up for the evening. So I don't think I'll bother to water those in because we're going to be having plenty of rain, and I would rather the rain do the job than me get a watering can and move all that seed then into the edges of the bed. So we'll let nature take care of that. So I think that's it for today. And yeah, I'm going to go pack and have a lovely holiday, I hope. I shall see you when I get back. So Wales was lovely. We were in an off-grid cottage, so we had to collect our water and our firewood and keep the stove burning to try and keep it reasonably warm. I was a bit cold, but it was in, you know, just beautiful countryside, and it felt really remote, even though you weren't that far from civilization, and we were surrounded by sheep and their lambs. It's run by a couple who on the land also have a gardens, so that was really pretty, and I had a walk around there, and they had a plant sale, which of course I couldn't resist. I'll show you what I bought in a moment. But we had all the weathers, as you do in Wales. So we found snow, we had mostly mist and rain, but we also had some glorious sunshine. And that is the nature of Wales, all the seasons. But we did some good walks and clocked up some miles, and it was all, yeah, good fun, good to get away from it all and have a bit of rest and relaxation. But back to the home garden now, and I've been having a look around, seeing what's blooming. The tulips are sort of just there, and everything seems to have survived. The tomatoes look fine inside. I've just given those a water, and I'm just watering some things from the flimsy. So what I bought was a euphorbia. I've never had a euphorbia before. Carol Klein seems to love these, so I'll have to find a little spot for that. And then I've never had an agapanthus, so I got myself an agapanthus. Yeah, blue umbrella. So I think I want to put that in my blue border over there. This could also go into the blue border. This is a fritillary, but it's quite an unusual one, I think. It's called Blues Brothers. Look how dark it is. It says clusters of velvet purple flowers with thick sturdy green stems, and I've got 4 stems in there. So yeah, she had, and I'll show you on the video, she had fritillary with big yellow flowers that fall down. I forget the name of them exactly, and but for sale she only had the orange ones, and I'm not so keen on those. And then I saw this blue one, so I thought I would go for that. So my first job being back really is to put those in the ground. I'm slightly lacking energy. I kind of just want to wander around the garden and enjoy it and see what's come up and things, rather than, you know, doing jobs. I've just seen another snail. Look at that one. These are huge, and these are right where you can see them, so who knows what's lurking in this jungle of salad vegetables that have gone a bit crazy. Let's see if the Florence fennel is actually bulbing up. Oh, sorry, kohlrabi. Let's have a look, Dory. It is. Wow. Looks like there's quite a few weeds in here as well. What do you think, Dory? We got jobs to do. Did you miss your mama? No. No. It's a lovely time at her grandma's. Right, I've collected everything that needs pricking out. Most of it is from indoors, but can probably now come into the greenhouse. So let's see what we've got. So quite a lot actually. Not this one, that's just watering, but all of these. So we've got the physalis, the Cape gooseberries, which I'm quite pleased about. So I've got 4 of those in the end. Here we've got the strawberry white soul, which I think there's about 3 of, so that's not too bad, I guess. Ooh, sorry, look at the actual thing. Some nicotina are looking great. Wild bergamot we've got, aquilesias we've got, and coreopsis, a few of those. I don't know why none came here. Over here we've got straw flowers, parsley. I think some of these comfreys have come up. I'm not really in need of comfrey now. There's also some randoms that have come up since I pricked out whatever was in this space, so now I have no idea what those are. Rebecchias, violas, that's the viola black. Oh, I'm so pleased I got lots of those. No idea what this is. What's this? More Rebecchia. Over here we've got Funny face, that's a viola, isn't it? Some kale black magic, lots of those. Celery, cutting celery, more Aquilesias, and more cosmos. Not quite sure anyone needs as many cosmos as I have sown. Ridiculous. I will remember next year that cosmos germinates super well and you don't need to do like 10 trays of it. Okay, let's get on with it. I think I'll put a podcast on and just zone out and enjoy the process. Two and a half hours later, and I've got most things pricked out. There's still some left that I took back inside, but I had to make room for the seedlings, so some things have gone out into the garden, which is rather exciting. They'll probably all get destroyed by pigeons, but oh, speaking of which, there they go. So we've got a bed of oriental greens and a few lettuces at the end. Some more lettuces, look very floppy. So Lola Rossa lettuces over there, which I've just kind of dotted between the purple sprouting broccoli and lamb's lettuce. And then over here, I put in a row of peas, which I haven't supported in any way yet, but that gets the peas started. Not bad for a few hours on a Sunday afternoon, but now it's time to walk the dog, and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. This is the second really lovely evening we've had this week, so I've been making the most of it after work and getting some things potted on, pricked out. Not too many sowings, but it's because I keep running out of trays. So most of the stuff that I'm moving on is because I need the tray for something else. Anyway, it has resulted in me being fairly productive. So just to show you, oh, this is just sweet peas having a water, but I potted on all of these hollyhocks so I could have the tray. I potted on all of the brassicas so I could have their trays. These are kales, cauliflowers and calabrese. The ranunculus are now starting to flower, which is amazing. So chuffed with myself that I've managed to grow these. I think they're getting, the pots are too small for the plants now, and they need to go somewhere, but I have no idea where. So for now, they're just lining the greenhouse. I've just put out these spinach. There they are. They're still quite tiddly. I'm hoping they can hold their own. But again, I put those out because I needed the pots. Some sweet peas have come out now. So these were the first ones I'd sown in spring. Those were the autumn sown ones. These ones are spring sown. So they're going to go up these arches as these climbing roses establish themselves. What else has gone out? I think I already showed you that I put the peas out. So they're under fleece because the birds in my garden absolutely love them. And under here, rather useless fleecing, is beetroot beetroot and radishes. I also potted on all these gypsophilia, which were autumn sown. So these are really the only thing other than those few sweet peas that survived being autumn sown. Here are the spring sown ranunculus, and they're looking so healthy. I'm so pleased that all of those have come up. So hopefully we're going to get a lot of ranunculus over the spring and summer. And lots more pricking out on potting on has been going on out here, and then things have had to sort of fend for themselves out here now. There we go, and some more up here. Really just using every available pot. Some more under there, that's the coreopsis, I think. But the most exciting thing, I think, is that I've just potted on the tomatoes. There they are. And I was super pleased that all the varieties have come up. Most of them had full germination. The only one that didn't was the indigo pear drops, which is a shame because I was really quite happy, looking forward to that seed. And the, oh, I forget what it was called now. Was it Tamina or something like that? But that was that really old seed that I didn't have much hope for anyway, so that's fine. I'm not bothered about that. But other ones, like, because I did 2 a cell, both came up, and because you probably have gathered this about me by now, I'm not one to kind of throw things away or give up on things, so they got separated and potted on rather than sacrificing one. I just saw a fungus gnat. Bloody fungus gnats. The other things that were a bit disappointing were the peppers. I may have to buy plug plants for peppers if I decide that I really need peppers. What was the other disappointing thing? Oh, the tomatillos. I got one really good tomatillo, and then a couple of kind of weird weak ones. So we'll see if they perk up. So cheers. It's 6:30, and I'm going to spend half an hour doing the last pricking out. This is all that's left. I've got Agastache, licorice white, and wild bergamot, and something else that has lost its label. Once I prick those out, I'm now fully on top of all the things I've sown. They're all in the right size pots. They're doing their thing. Then I can think about what gets sown next, which is quite exciting because it's things like pumpkins and squashes and courgettes and sweet corn. So yeah, stuff that I really want to get onto the allotment. Those are like my allotment crops. Oh, I also need to get the second earlies out onto the allotment, and I want to put some more carrots out here, the Nont ones. Well, you think you're on top of things, and then there's always loads more to do, obviously. But yeah, once I've done this pricking out, I think I will feel better because I'm on top of the stuff that I've got sort of going on. So yes, I will say cheers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy, please like and subscribe. It was 34.8 degrees in this greenhouse today. Summer is round the corner. Okay, I'm just rambling on now, so cheers, have a good week, and I'll see you next week.